Anambra Investment Summit receives high rating. Post-Primary School Service Commission to introduce e-administration in Anambra secondary schools. FG calls on stakeholders to complement its fight against illiteracy. On the foreign scene, Category 5 storm Hurricane Lane sweeps through Caribbean. Before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good evening and welcome. My name is Chinyere Ikoreke. The Anambra State Investment Summit has received praises from India Anambra as a driving force for transformative change and the promotion of investment opportunities. Organized by the Anambra State Investment Promotion and Protection Agency, ANSIPA, the summit aims to explore strategies for achieving inclusive growth and foster collaboration on investment prospects within the state. We have details.
Under the theme, laying the foundation for a prosperous and smart megacity, the event, which took place at the International Convention Center in Awka, brought together government officials, key figures from investment banks, development finance institutions, industry leaders, and stakeholders from beyond the state's borders. The Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of ANSIPA, Mr. Mark Okoye, emphasized the event's role in creating an enabling business environment and highlighted critical infrastructure projects that will bolster the state's economy and provide opportunities for its youthful population. He saw the summit as a new beginning for Anambra, marking a crucial point in the state's journey towards becoming a thriving and smart megacity, setting an example for others to follow. Contributing, Commissioner for Information, Mr. Paul Nwosu, and the Managing Director, Anambra Broadcasting Service, Sashide Obidogu, applauded the event's departure from the past and emphasized that the memoranda of understanding signed by Governor Chukwuma Soludo indicated Anambra's progress towards prosperity. Giving their impressions, the Transition Committee Chairman of Orumba South Local Government Area, Prince Neville Ushendo, the traditional ruler of Umueri, Igwe Benneth Emeka, and the National President of Anambra State Association of Town Unions, Barrister Titus Abudo, voiced their support, noting the governor's dedication to advancing development. Addressing the challenges of governance and policy shifts faced by industries and businesses nationwide, the Managing Director of Winco Foam Industries, Chief Godwin Okafo, and the founder, Kutix PLC, Engineer Ajulu Uzodike, expressed confidence in the governor's approach, emphasizing the need for substantial support to attract and empower investors.
It is good, no matter how things are, is one, somebody, or brain, can make it work. So what he says is a very good outing, and we appreciate it. And I believe that at least store a reasonable percentage of poverty like this. It's encouraging, but that is not complete. But it's a good beginning.
The State Director of Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, Chief Arthur Mbuba, highlighted the potential of agricultural investment to boost the agricultural value chain and rejuvenate the state's economy. The event's high points included special performances by Anambra State Cultural Group and the signing of memoranda of understanding by the governor. Emmanuel Chibata for Igles News.
The Anambra State Commissioner for Women and Social Welfare, Mrs. Honorable Ify Obinabo, has intervened in the case of a 5-year-old girl who was saved by her parents at Adaziani, an Ocha local government area of the state. This she did immediately she received a report about the incident at Adaziani through the Transition Committee Chairman of Anaocha Local Government Area, Mr. Gerard Ikechukwozo, and the State Coordinator of Ladies of Good Governance, Mrs. Chinwe Umba. We have details.
Addressing the culprits at her office in Awka, Honorable Obinabo noted that her primary assignment is to protect the rights of every child in the state, whether from the state or not, and assure that she would not let the perpetrators to go free. Honorable Obinabo appreciated the efforts of Mr. Ikenna Analefo for rescuing the child and raising alarm when necessary, calling on other individuals to emulate him.
Now you don't, the spirit will work very well for your body. By the time you go to sell,
even that
then
pastor
you say, that your pastor.
We come out.
Conspiracy.
Of course.
Yes. You can open your mouth, but so many of their people, they listen to this kind of nonsense prophecy. If you say my child is possessed, deliver that my child. Yes. Give me prayer to deliver my child. Then they say you're possessed, so you just decided to stab her. A child of 5 years, you remove her from the house, kept her outside. She's been sleeping on a blanket.
On their part, the culprits, Mr. Michael Nwosu, 47-year-old from Rivers State, and Mrs. Blessing Michael, 23-year-old from Akwa Ibom, both residents at Adaziani, said that they are not responsible for the girls' starvation because they are only obeying their pastor's prophecy, which is that the 5-year-old is a witch, hence do not deserve to live. Blessing went further to say that she also subjected the young kid to sleeping on a plank due to her constant pulling and peeing on her body, adding that the 5-year-old is responsible for all her husband's downfall in businesses.
I'll be making love in the dream, just like as the person in the pastor's way. I'll be making love in the dream. So I moved her from where she used to sleep because I kept her by the side of, there's a carpet, this lady I've seen it there. But when I kept her there, she will read. In the afternoon, she will stay there and read. In the morning, she will stay. She won't even stand up and say she wants to read. So I removed I was telling you where she used to sleep. You asked me where she sleep. I said she used to sleep with us in bed. But at night, I would sleep. I would be making love in the dream. So I had to remove her by the side of the carpet. There she used to sleep. In the morning, she would stay there. She would read. In the afternoon, she would stay there. She would read. She would not even open her mouth to say she wants to read or she wants to poo. With the anger in me, I had to remove her. She's sleeping on one plank that I kept back. I never see she's sleeping there.
Blanket.
It's the bed.
For how long has she slept in the plank? On the plank?
Since we came to.
Just come 2 years
Or 3 years.
Meanwhile, the husband, Michael Nwosu, denied having knowledge of the ill treatment meted on the child. As at the time of this report, the culprits are still in the police custody, while the survivor is receiving treatment at an undisclosed hospital in Awka.
Post-Primary School Service Commission is to introduce e-administration into secondary schools in Anambra State. The chairman, Post-Primary School Service Commission, PPSSC, Professor Nkechi Kedugu, who disclosed this commended Governor Chukwuma Soludo for his positive response to her plea for the governor to recruit more teachers in the areas like mathematics, English, physics, chemistry, Igbo, history, technical and entrepreneurial subjects. She made this disclosure during the just concluded 2023 Principal Retreat held at Ukpo. In her presentation on the theme of the retreat, Changing the Landscape of Secondary Education in Anambra State, the PPSSC chairman charged the principals to key into the e-administration, which includes or involve integration of school unit system and devising operating infrastructure by replacing old equipment and practice, as well as developing education administration programs to meet new policies in various teachers' needs. E-administration is an ICT-driven administrative solution that can be used for school management. Professor Ikediugu further explains some types of e-administration platform, which includes school platform software, saying that this application is used in supervising teachers electronically, keeping staff record, calculates the teacher's output, performance indicators such as turnover, absenteeism, quality defects, and lateness to school. She asked the principals to create a social media page for their schools for discussion feedback from parents and students and teachers screen share, adding that with this application, there is no need for a projector and lesson note can be shared to the students easily and limit time of writing notes on the board. The commission board also explained that e-administration gives more sophisticated feedback to teachers, parents, students, and give easy and fast access to information, as well as help in making or marking attendance, regularity, punctuality of students and staff electronically. Professor Ikediugu noted that when it comes to staffing, recruitment exercise to appraiser, e-administration make it more transparent, result-oriented, and faster, saying that lateness and truancy are also checkmated. One of the outstanding highlights of the retreat was having the principals practice the e-administration with their laptops. The Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Anambra State Health Insurance Agency, Dr. Simeon Onyemachi, said that health insurance is the only means in Anambra will get affordable and adequate health care service without medical output of pocket expenditure. Dr. Onyemachi stated this at Amici, Nnewi South Local Government Area during the registration of residents of the community whose one of their illustrious sons had paid for their yearly insurance premium through the agency's adoption model. Health correspondent Chibuzo Okoye completes the story.
Dr. Onyemachi said that the adoption model is Anambra indigenous innovative export to health ecosystem across Nigeria, where affluent individuals or communities pay for yearly insurance premium for their people, especially the vulnerable and less privileged in the society. He noted that the agency is excited that they have continued to add value to the lives of the Anambra in terms of quality and affordable healthcare services, and that Governor Chukwuma Soludo, since he assumed office, has strengthened the operation of the scheme. The Asia boss, who revealed that health insurance is the only way out of financial hardship occasioned by healthcare expenditure, called on affluent in the Anambra to key into the Asia adoption model to register their people by paying 12,500 naira yearly insurance premium, which covers each beneficiary.
We are excited when people are heeding the call of the government to actually pay into Anambra State Health Insurance Scheme adoption model to get their people to go to hospital. Also, the only way.
Earlier, Mrs. Antonio Okoli from Asia enlightened the Amici beneficiaries on all they need to know about the scheme, how many illnesses the agency covers at the moment, among others, and maintained that the scheme is meant for every resident of Anambra State and not just for Anambra indigents.
Agency na-afụ maka arụ ike maka ọdịmma ndị bi na Anambra steeti. Ọtụtụ oge ndị mmadụ asị nọ maka ndị Anambra, ọbụla sọ ndị Anambra. Ibi na Anambra, ị na-alụ ọrụ na Anambra, ị bụ nwata akwụkwọ na Anambra. As far as na ibi na Anambra state, you are entitled.
From Amici in Nnewi South Local Government Area, this is Chibuzo Okoye for ABS News.
The Transition Committee Chairman of Nnewi North Local Government Area of Anambra State, Engineer Chris Obiora, has called for the establishment of Building Control Agency in the state for monitoring of building constructions to ensure that all concerned stick to specifications and standards. He also called for the legislation to ensure that any building construction in Anambra would have current registered engineer on ground for proper monitoring. Joseph Ibocha for the report. Taken from here.
Engineer Obiora made a call at Ebumu Otolo Nnewi North Local Government Area of the state, where a story building with penthouse under construction collapsed and killed a man identified as the builder and his two sons. Also trapped in the building collapse was a relative of the said builder, who eyewitnesses said was later rescued and rushed to a hospital in Nnewi. Addressing journalists after the three dead bodies were brought out from the debris, Engineer Obiora described as unfortunate the collapse of the building. He called for collaboration between the Anambra State Physical Planning Board and the Nnewi Town Planning Authority to ensure that before commencement of any building construction in the area, proper building permit is obtained. The Nnewi North Council boss noted poor quality material, poor workmanship, and circumvention of laid-down procedures are some of the issues that led to the building collapse, assuring that the council will take necessary steps to forestall future occurrence. Engineer Obiora further harped on the need for experts and trained engineers to always handle engineering projects to ensure conformity with engineering code of practice.
Contractor, even though it's not a trained engineering personnel, so maybe he's just a builder. He came in and started doing the things the way he knows about. They are resolving it. Because even the system of building is supposed to even conduct a soil test. They have a soil report and then it will help the engineer to design this the foundation. Okay. And can I be the one and when the all monitor. Now make sure what I think we should be doing going forward is collaborating with the physical planning, the Nnewi Town Planning Authority, and to make sure any building that is being erected should obtain proper building permit.
Meanwhile, some people who claim to be close to the disease have taken to the social media alleging attempts to shield the actual culprits. They claim that the late Mr. Nefuna and the 3 others were only doing electrical work in the collapsed building. From Nnewi, in the Nnewi North local government area, Joseph Ebocha reporting for ABS News.
On national matters, the federal government of Nigeria has asked stakeholders to make a difference by complementing its efforts in the fight against illiteracy in various societies, families, and the immediate community. The Minister of Education, Professor Tahir Mama, who made the plea in his address to the press in commemoration of the 2023 International Literacy Day in Abuja with the theme, Promoting Literacy for a World in Transition, Building the Foundation for Sustainable and Peaceful Societies. Equiajide has status.
The International Literacy Day celebration is an opportunity to honor all those who are dedicated to making literacy a reality. In his speech, the minister said the ministry will continue to leverage on existing progress and transformation in the development of literacy while setting the stage for lifelong learning of Nigerian adults and youths. Professor Maman said the renewed hope of the present administration cuts across all sectors in human endeavor, including mass literacy, which focuses on lifelong learning. It provides everyone with hope to live and change unacceptable circumstances and situations. According to the minister, we will continue to rethink the fundamental importance of functional illiteracy as a necessary panacea that will help build resilience and ensure quality, equitable, and inclusive education for all.
This underscores the importance of ensuring mass literacy and the elimination of illiteracy in our country. As I conclude the presentation of initiatives and programs aimed at improving the cause of literacy worldwide.
A message from the Director General of UNESCO, Ms. Audrey Azoulay, said the global rate of literacy stands at 86% in 2020 as against 68% in 1979. She said literacy goes beyond learning how to read and write, but strengthens understanding within society and enables citizens integrate into society. Ms. Azoulay said literacy strengthens participation is a life and tries to correct the injustice which is rife in society today. Hence, UNESCO is calling for the right of all women and girls in countries of the world. In Abuja, Princess Ikwe Ajide reporting.
Insane, Hurricane Lane has powered up to a Category 5 storm, packing wind speed of up to 160 mph as it crunched through the Caribbean. Reports said it could cause dangerous wind conditions on the U.S. East Coast on Sunday. The U.S. National Hurricane Center said on its current path, the storm is not projected to make landfall anywhere. Lane is the 12th named storm of the Atlantic hurricane season, which runs from June to November. It rapidly intensified from a category of 1 within the span of hours and additional strengthening its forecast overnight, the NHC said in its latest updates. The NHC also revealed that dangerous storm and rip currents are expected to reach the northern Caribbean by Friday and part of Puerto Rico and the U.S. East Coast by Sunday. U.S. President Joe Biden has been updated on its trajectory. In sport, American teenager Coco Gauff reached her first U.S. Open single final by beating Caroline Muchova in a semi-final disrupted by climate protesters. Gauff 19 wrapped up 6-4, 7-5 win over Muchova and will face second seed Aryna Sabalenka in Saturday's final. 4 protesters chanting for the end of the first floor and interrupted the Gauff-Muchova match of 49 minutes. One man glued his feet to the foot of floor of Arthur Ashe Stadium with some chant of "kick them out" towards the protesters. Security escorted 3 of it. Took longer to remove the 4th. The United States Association said all 4 were in New York Police Department custody. Remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at Anambra Broadcasting Service. Subscribe to our YouTube page at ABS Television Oka. On Twitter at ABS Radio TV. On Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. The main point again, Anambra Investment Summit has received high rating. Post-Primary School Service Commission is to introduce e-administration in Anambra secondary schools. FG has called on stakeholders to complement its fight against illiteracy. To end the news, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Thanks for watching. My name is Chinyere Ikioreke. Good night.